thrilled to be back.
Obviously, I'm excited to be back. Obviously, when I was here in 21, we were fortunate. I had a chance to have some, successful times. Was excited about that. My family absolutely loves Lexington. I think Lexington, Kentucky is a very underrated town, great place to be. I've been fortunate, I've lived a lot of places, but Lexington's a great place. University of Kentucky is a great place. The commitment from the administration on down, fan support, all those type of things. Those are exciting times and exciting environments. And there's also expectations. Coach Schlarman established a big blue wall here, so I think there's an expectation about the way you're supposed to play up front. One of the probably most unique things for me was one of the first people that when there was a little bit of a leak or a rumor that I may be coming back, Leanne Schlarman was one of the first people to reach out to me. Her and my wife and myself were close in our family, so we want to get back to playing the way the big blue wall is intended to play.
Eric,
you were here before, it seemed to me like that you had a problem with depth. How did you depth come along?
I think obviously Coach Stoops and his staff, Coach Morrow, I feel like probably at this point, this very moment, we probably have more depth than we did the last time I was here. If you recall, last time I was here, we had to go and get the left tackle, Dare from LSU, to come in and play left tackle for us. So we were really, really thin at that time. Coach Stoops always talks about wanting to have 7 or 8 guys play winning football. It's not just go out there and play. You need 7 or 8 guys that can play winning football that you can put at any time in a game. And that's something that I actually addressed again this morning. And, we're a work in progress. I enjoy working with these guys, and I have their attention.
Eric, so much has been talked about, speculated, whatever, about the way you left last time. Just what was your version of those?
I think at the end of the day, that's something between myself and Coach Stoops. No offense to you. We had a good old Youngstown meeting when the time was appropriate before I came back, and we resolved things, and we're in a good place, and I appreciate Coach Stoops giving me the opportunity. I appreciate Mitch Barnhart. I appreciate all of you in supporting me on my return, because you guys know that I love this place and I want to get back to playing like we did in 21.
Is it good to have a couple familiar faces there?
It is. Eli's still here. Eli played guard when I was here last time because I had Fortner at center. Jagger's here. And I'm familiar with some of the other guys. Malachi Wood is the guy that came down and worked out for us in camp. Hayes came down and worked for us in camp. And then I have some familiarity with Ramsey from the recruiting process. Obviously Farmer from the recruiting process. So there is, but we're excited. And then, Mincy's a guy that came in from Tennessee. Cortland's a guy that I looked at last spring when I was looking at guys that were entering the transfer portal.
Mark's talked a lot about improving the physicality up front. So how do you implement that in spring practice, and how does it look through 2 full padded sessions?
I think you have to obviously have to address it first and foremost. There's no hiding the fact that if you want to win games up front, you got to be physical. So you have to practice physical. You have to do fundamental drills that are physical. You have to make them aware of what is expected, what good looks like, and what it doesn't. I mean, I had to pull out some 49ers film when I was back at the 49ers. All these guys want to play pro football. So I had to show them some examples of what practice looks like, even though you don't even have shoulder pads on. But this day and age, young people, if you think you're just going to give them lip service and get their attention, you may need to show them visually an example of what it's supposed to look like. And I think that helps with the learning process. I think also what you ask your players to do in practice when you're running team reps. If we just run a bunch of passes and a bunch of wide zones, right, and we're not running anything where we are running downhill, right? We all know about running downhill. Those type of schemes and gap schemes, then you're not going to get that physicality and think you're just going to show up on game day and be physical. You got to execute those in practice, and that also makes your defense better.
Speaking of Portland, he coming off into last year, didn't get a chance to play. How has he progressed? He come on in the wrist?
Well, he's got the wrist. He had wrist surgery, so he's out this spring. But I do have him doing some individual drills where there's no contact. He's very attentive in meetings, takes notes, student of the game. So, I don't really know what he can do physically as far as being physical, but I do see some athletic traits as far as mobility and change of direction that are encouraging. You just got to continue to get stronger and do those type of things and be ready, this summer to get back into being physical with his upper body because obviously the wrist.
Jagger Burton came in with a lot of recruiting accolades, hometown kid, but it hasn't fired right away. What are some of the areas where you want to see him grow before the season kicks off?
One thing I did when I came in here, I told these guys I'm not watching last year's film. Everyone has a clean slate. When you go somewhere or there's a new start or a new beginning, you would ask for a clean slate. And it's no different. He's got a clean slate with me. Last time I was here, Jagger was a freshman, and I used to wear him out. He'll be the first to tell you that. But it's because I care, and I think he can be really good. He has tremendously improved from the 4 days I've had him from the last time I was here. Now, that's to be expected. Now, I think there's things that we can improve on, and we're going to get him there. Failure is not an option. My job as a coach is I work for you. I work for you as a player. Meet me halfway. If you meet me halfway, we're going to have an opportunity to have success.
Are there guys in that group of guards who you think can slide out the tackle that you're kind of experiencing?
Yeah, so I had Dylan Ray out there at tackle. He's a guy that actually played tackle before he transferred. Ramsey's been out there, but I've been also dabbling with putting Ramsey back inside. Malachi's a true tackle. So, I always tell these guys at the end of the day, if you want an opportunity to play in the National Football League, you can't just be a one-position player. You just can't be a guard. If you play guard, you need to be able to play left guard, center, right guard, and get the team through a game at right tackle in an emergency. If you're a tackle, specifically at right tackle, you need to be able to play left guard, and right tackle. This mindset of being a one-position player doesn't work, and I'm doing these guys an injustice over time in the process of development of moving guys in and out and getting them at multiple positions. So like when you move Ramsey, you're obviously familiar with him and his body type. If I could get the right guy to be able to play right tackle, then I can move him into guard. Now I'll have a bigger body in there. But if I don't, then I got to keep him out there until I have that guy. So it's about putting the pieces in the right place so we have the opportunity to have success. Yes, sir.
Challenge to that balancing cohesion that's so important on the line with that versatility and making sure you have it.
I don't change them necessarily a ton by day in practice necessarily. I try to keep them in some positions. But once we hit practice 7 or 8, I will start moving some around. But I did play with Ramsey today at right guard and Ray at right tackle because I really want to see if like things aren't going well at tackle. I want to see if Ray can play right tackle. That's one. 2 is I like Ramsey's body type and the potential for his physicality down inside. And when you play down inside on the briar patch, like that's where, there's not a lot of dancing going on. It's about me putting my face on you and moving you off the spot.